Hello and welcome to yet another special tribute episode of iBuzz. In today's episode, we will pay a tribute to Meryl Streep, who is an American actress, often described as the best actress of her generation. Streep is particularly noted for her versatility and accents. To pay this legendary actress a tribute, we are joined by entertainment journalist Josh Rom. Josh, welcome.
Thank you, Nasheen. How are you?
I'm good, great, thank you. Debuting from stage to winning an Oscar, a true legend and a powerhouse for Hollywood, Meryl Streep. What are your thoughts about her?
I mean, it's funny that you say debuting from the stage to winning an Oscar. I think to winning 3 Oscars, obviously. Yes. I think Meryl Streep is easily one of the best actors or actresses that the world has ever had. And I don't mean that as any sort of big, grand, sweeping statement, because the facts really do speak for themselves. She is by far one of the most decorated actresses in history. 21 Academy Award nominations. That's a record. Amazing. She's won 3 behind only Katharine Hepburn for the world records. 32 Golden Globe nominations, winning 8. 18 Screen Actors Guild Award nominations, winning 2. 15 BAFTA Award nominations, also winning 2. 17 Critics' Choice nominations, winning 3. 6 Grammy nominations, 5 Primetime Emmy Award nominations, winning 3 as well, and 1 Tony Award nomination. She also won the Honorary Caesar Award. That's one of France's biggest film awards. That was in 2003. She was given, in 2010, awarded by Barack Obama himself, the former president, the National Medal of Arts, followed by the Presidential Medal of Freedom over in 2014. And also in 2014, she received the AFI, the American Film Institute's Lifetime Achievement Award. All of this shows that she is by far one of the most decorated and one of the most highly regarded actresses in the world today, of her generation, and I say of 3 generations over her 3 or 4 decades spanning career.
Right. And Josh, although Streep had not aspired to become a film actor, Robert De Niro's performance in Taxi Driver in 1976 had a profound impact on her. And she said to herself that that's the kind of actor I want to be when I grow up. So can we say that she is the De Niro of women?
Well, the thing is, I would say yes, because Robert De Niro is very highly regarded. But I would actually say she's better than Robert De Niro, because Robert De Niro, I think, is a fantastic actor, but it's very clear that he shines most in a certain kind of role. And, you know, he's had, I mean, the one performance that I think everybody thinks of Robert De Niro is Goodfellas. And, you know, whenever he gets together with Martin Scorsese for that kind of film, we saw Netflix's The Irishman, that creates magic. However, with Meryl Streep, I don't think there's been one film in particular that has absolutely defined her career, because everything that Meryl Streep does is simply iconic. And, you know, when I think of some of my favorite performances, the list goes on and on and on and on. She's not just known for one kind of role in particular. There's not one kind of role in which she particularly shines in, unlike Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro, great may he be, and you know, he's known for also some of his other supporting roles in Silver Linings Playbook, for example, alongside Jennifer Lawrence. Meryl Streep, in any sort of role in which she does, she absolutely shines. The performances, you know, she has such versatility. From you think of her role in Sophie's Choice all the way to 2020 in The Prom, where she performed the role of Dee Dee Allen alongside James Corden in a Ryan Murphy musical. So there isn't one particular genre in which she shines in. Unlike Robert De Niro, where I think there is a certain sort of genre where he is more prevalent in. And that's why I think she is Robert De Niro, but better.
Right. And like you said, she did not have a stamp on a certain director on her or a certain performance on her. She, you know, rocked in every sort of role that was thrown towards her.
Exactly. And that's the thing with Meryl Streep is she is known for her versatility. She is known for her accents. She's known for her character acting. She will throw everything at a role and it just it jumps off the screen. It lights up the screen. You know, one of my favorite performances was, obviously, we can't talk about Meryl Streep without talking about her performance as Miranda Priestley in The Devil Wears Prada.
Absolutely.
That was simply iconic.
You know, bring this to discussion.
In that kind of Anna Wintour sort of role, head of the magazine. And actually, there are so many stories on set about how she was the loveliest woman off screen and off set, but then when she got into Miranda's character, she would actually isolate herself to get herself more into that character. And then on set, she described that kind of feeling as almost an isolated feeling. So whilst Emily Blunt, Anne Hathaway and Stanley Tucci would all hang out, she wouldn't join that. And that would only increase the isolating feeling, and that translated into her stellar and stunning performance. But, you know, something like The Devil Wears Prada, you then move on to something like The Iron Lady, where she plays Margaret Thatcher. You know, she plays fictional roles well, but she also plays historical real-life characters to such an amazing degree.
Right. And speaking of Devil Wears Prada, she was criticized for being the woman in real, which she's, you know, portraying in the movie, but later everyone came to know that that's how she actually is, because of the fact that she is a professional woman whose focus is on, you know, working when she's on the set and not having fun. So that was a lesson that Anne Hathaway, you know, in an interview, she disclosed that she learned from Meryl Streep to be as serious on set as you are in the movie.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think the thing is, when it comes to certain roles, obviously something like The Prom, where she starred as Dee Dee Allen, she could have fun. Mary Poppins Returns, when she can play Cousin Toppy. Obviously, it depends very much on the role, because Meryl Streep is known for getting into those characters, getting to the absolute crux of what that character fundamentally is, who that character is, who she is, you know, and that's the thing with The Devil Wears Prada. Because Miranda Priestley in the film was isolated, she was in her own world, and because that character very much did her own thing, Meryl Streep wanted to know how that felt. So therefore she put herself in that position, and therefore Anne Hathaway, Emily Blunt, Stanley Tucci, they all learned that sort of lesson. But when you have a character like Dee Dee Allen in The Prom, Cousin Topsy in Mary Poppins Returns, Donna Sheridan in Mamma Mia, obviously you can have more fun on set because the character is more fun at its crux. So I think what Meryl beautifully does, I think, in a way, is she is the epitome of how to bring a character to life and personify the character, and also learn from that kind of Stanislavski sort of acting in kind of getting into the character in real time.
Right. Josh, I would like to comment. I would like you to comment on a very interesting fact that Meryl shared about her first audition. Was that when she was a young woman and she, you know, came in front of the jury to audition for the first time, they declared that she is too ugly for that role, and that is where the real struggle begins. Meryl is not a quitter, and now we see her, you know, being a 21 times Oscar nominee. And like the way you have, you know, the list goes on of the awards that you mentioned in the beginning. So that's yet another example, and that's yet another institute. She being an institute in herself, we can declare her an institute. For the
she is an institution,
for the young
absolutely.
Absolutely. So I would like you to comment on that.
Well, the thing is, Hollywood throughout the years has had all sorts of different beauty standards. And when Meryl was getting started, you know, that's the time where Hollywood would have wanted nothing but beautiful women on screen. And that's also why I also think has actually done favors for Meryl Streep, because a lot of women would be cast in these roles as beautiful women, as femme fatales, or as evil, seductress sort of women. You know, they get typecast very easily. You know, for example, Diane Keaton beautiful as she may be, can you see Diane Keaton acting in this kind of Sophie's Choice sort of movie? No, you can't. But that's the difference between Meryl Streep, is Meryl Streep doesn't care necessarily about her look on screen. And actually, you know, those casting directors, obviously, back in the day, Hollywood casting directors would have a certain sort of mindset. So they would have this image of what a beautiful woman on screen should look like. But actually, that plays into Meryl's favor, because obviously now we all consider her beautiful. I am definitely not going to be a person to call Meryl Streep ugly. That's absolutely not the case. However, by not having that stereotypical Hollywood glamour, so to speak, that would allow her to be versatile in choosing her roles. And also, that would do her favors later on in her career, because she wouldn't be typecast. And because of that versatility, because she wasn't just beautiful, she wouldn't be boxed and put into that kind of box of, oh, she's just a beautiful woman on screen, when actually because the look becomes secondary, her performance and her ability then speaks for itself.
Absolutely. Josh, it was lovely having you for this tribute. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much, Nasheen.
That was Josh Rom paying a tribute to Meryl Streep. We will be right back after a quick short break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Social media is the new mainstream media, and influencers and content creators have changed the entertainment game entirely. To have further discussion on the subject, we are joined by renowned blogger and digital content creator, Nida. Nida, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Nasheen. Thank you for having me.
So Nida, how do you think the entire definition of entertainment has now changed with the influence of social media?
Personally, I don't think that the definition has changed in any way, but what actually has happened is that the definition has broadened up more. When entertainment started out, it was only limited to TV. We had dramas, we had movies, we had music, we had some, comedy shows. But now, if you look at how the entertainment industry works, it's more in the reach of your hands. Everything is available on your mobile. So you're not just stuck with TV and radio. You can access entertainment anywhere. So the definition, I would not say has changed, but the approach to getting entertainment has changed. And other than that, the variety has changed. Like you have vlogs now, you have tutorials now, you have recipes. Everything is available, like videos and all that is available on your mobile. Everywhere, wherever you go, you can access it.
Right.
So I personally think it's not the definition, but it's just that everything, like, it has broadened up more.
Right. And Nida, why do you think that entertainment influencer marketing works for the entertainment industry exclusively?
I think people can relate more to influencers as compared to celebrities. I think that because influencers bring the audience into their house, into their lives, into their personal living. So because of that, people have started relating more to them. Celebrities, they only see them for a certain time, and there's not a lot of personal contact with them. Whereas with influencers, people have a more personal contact, so there's a more personal touch to the kind of things that they bring. So because of that, people trust them more. The kind of relationship that they build with influencers is more on a personal scale. So because of that, I feel that the influencer marketing works better because people think that they're they're just like us. Whereas for celebrities, they always have they hold a high opinion of them, and they just think that we cannot get there. So they have that mindset about celebrities.
Right. The market for entertainment has become truly vast, just like you mentioned earlier, and you can no longer encompass it in music and movies only. But do you think as this circle is widening, the right kind of target audience is also achievable for your content?
It actually depends on you, because since I mentioned earlier that entertainment is now available on your mobiles, and the access of a mobile and the internet is available with almost like a vast majority of people in our country or all over the world. Everybody is not your target audience. It depends what kind of a genre you're putting out there. You will get people who are not your target audience, and it's up to you to filter them out. So yes, it has become easy to reach to your audience, but on the other hand, you do get people who are not your target audience. They'll be there, but they won't be engaging on your post. They're not going to be making a difference to you. So it's better not to have them on your, as an audience, than to put just, it's not only about the numbers. Right. With social media, it's about a lot of other things. So the number itself does not matter.
Right. And Nida, very different than mainstream media. One chooses to begin with their own, will, their own finances. So how would you describe it being a fruitful profession in the long run?
Again, that also depends on the person, on the influencer, because yes, definitely you have to put in a lot of money initially to start out as an influencer, no matter what your genre is, even if it's makeup or it's lifestyle or it's fashion or whatever. But what happens is that if you get lazy in the whole run, if you start slacking in the whole run, it's not something that's going to happen for you overnight. It is. We've seen a lot of people who have actually gained a lot of success in a very short time, but that's not for everyone. You can be successful in a very short time, but it can take you a lot of time as well. So you have to stay consistent. If you're going to be consistent with your work, if you're going to go on with the trends change, the kind of social media changes. Like one day Instagram was on the top, the other day YouTube was on the top, then TikTok came along. Now Reels are a big thing. Yes. So you have to go with the flow. You have to change with the flow. You do not say that, okay, I'm an Instagram influencer, I'm going to just stick to Instagram. You're not going to grow like that. And then if you're not growing properly, then you will not actually get anything in return. Right. So to get anything in return, you will have to keep on investing and keep on. It's, as I said, it's like you have a brand. Your name, your content is your brand. So you have to keep on investing, and you have to keep on, putting in your heart and soul and everything in, if you want to get a fruitful return out of it.
Right. You got to stay in the game by, building in more content consistently. But mostly, Nida, it's...
And you have to follow the trends. You have to, you have to follow the trends. You have to, you don't have to copy people, but you have to stay in the trends. Like, again, before Instagram used to push more pictures. Now Instagram pushes more videos. So you need to stay in the loop that what is actually working, how the algorithm works, how things are going to work. So you have to be very up to date with whatever is working to actually get more success in the field. Otherwise, you're just going to slack. And then obviously your money and everything that you had invested, your time, energy, it's going to go to waste. Right. So it just depends on you.
True. But Nida, it's a one-man show. Content creator do everything from concept to production to promotion. Doesn't it get hectic at some point? Because you being a content creator, just the way you have told, that one has to stay consistent with more and more content coming each and every day and not taking a break in order to remain in the market. But doesn't it get stressful at some point for the content creators?
Very stressful, very hectic, and at times there are breaking points for every person because everybody has like a limit to take it all. But what I personally do myself also, and what I like to tell everybody else also, is that take the break that you deserve. Take it. It's okay. You have to be consistent. I get it. But if you feel like your mental health and your physical health is being compromised, then you won't be putting out the good content that you're supposed to be putting out either way. So do not just put out content for the sake of it. Take that break that you need, because it is definitely very hectic. You have to. There comes a time in your creating content where you just cannot create content anymore because there's so many things at the back end that you have to worry about. So I would suggest that take that break. Don't take a long break or anything, but just take the break that you deserve and come back fresh, so that you're ready to put out what the market needs, what your audience needs. So it's very important to be mentally and physically healthy to actually bring good content.
True. Nida, along with good response that one gets from their followers, especially the kind of content that you create, you're great at it. So I do know and I do believe that you get a great response on that. But alongside comes the hate, which is unnecessary, of course. The people who have got probably nothing to do with the content, they're not the right kind of audience for your content. But then again, there is a trend, like we're talking about the trend. So one of the trends is to throw hate at the content creators unnecessarily. How would you advise, and first things first, you tell us how do you cope with it, and how would you advise for other content creators to, save themselves from this sort of negativity?
See, the thing is that I truly understand that, so out of 1,000 good comments, there are going to be 2 or 3 bad comments, and those two and three bad comments are actually going to make things worse for you. You're going to feel bad because of those 2-3 comments. Okay, so those 2-3 bad comments are actually going to make things worse for you. But what you have to do is that you have to read those comments. After that, just laugh on them, because those people are the people who do not matter. Again, as I said, that your target audience is the people who are actually appreciative of your work. That's why you need to filter out your work. You need to look at your audience every other day, maybe once in a week or twice in a week, and check who are the real people, who are the real supporters, who are the real audience that you need to work for. So it's very important that you don't let those words get to you, because everybody has an opinion. The thing about social media is that because everybody has a phone now, so everybody has an opinion now, and everybody has a platform to state their opinion now. But everybody's opinion does not matter for you. So just be happy and be content with what you're doing. As long as you're happy and content with your work, nobody else's opinion matters. Yes, we work on a way where our audience's words and everything, compliments matter to us. We want them to engage, but their negativity does not matter to us. Do whatever makes you happy.
Work your ways out,
just in that 1 or 2 days. Just like do whatever makes you happy. And don't let those people get on your head. Never, ever, ever, because they don't matter.
Okay, so Nida, last but not least, there is a thick relationship between influencers and marketing. So does it mean that the mainstream marketing is going to be a thing of past in the future?
No, I don't think so. It's not really going to be a thing of the past, but the thing is that mainstream marketing and influencer marketing will start going hand in hand, because as you see now that the mainstream celebrities have started shifting to social media as well, and some social media influencers have started shifting to becoming models or actresses and actors and singers as well. So what I feel is that yes, influencer marketing is much more powerful and much more stronger, but I don't think that anytime soon the mainstream media is going to run out. It will stay in the loop, but it's just going to slow down a bit.
Nida, thank you very much indeed for your discussion and time.
Thank you so much for having me, Nausheen.
That was Nida Ahmed, and that is it from today's episode. We hope you liked it. Don't forget to share your feedback on the social media link mentioned down below. We'll see you next time. Until then, take care and goodbye.